guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is Chef D, and today's recipe of the day is actually one of my favorites, I would say, Asian inspired treats, and this recipe is for chicken lettuce wraps. Now, the reason why my chicken lettuce wrap is very different is because not only can you get chicken lettuce wraps obviously to make this, but you can also just accompany solo. So we're making a big batch of this, right? You can definitely meal prep this. You can definitely make this with lettuce. You can definitely put this on top of jasmine rice. I'm giving you the basis of my beautiful and crispy and tender chicken and pineapple pepper chicken stir-fry recipe with my beautiful and homemade sweet and sour sauce. Everything is gonna go together with these chicken lettuce. And I literally sprinkle sesame seeds, but the sesame seeds that I buy are already roasted, but you can definitely just have regular sesame seeds to add on top. But honestly, all this combination, you're getting two recipes in one. A full-on recipe for my beautiful pineapple and pepper sweet and sour chicken, and we're going to be adding this to our lettuce cups. Also, you'll see in the video that I'm pairing this off with rice if you want to take it like an alternative twist to the recipe. You know, I want to give you guys a variety. Yes, this recipe for this week is going to be our chicken lettuce wraps, but why can't I add a bonus to this? So let's head on to the clips. Let's begin making our sweet and sour sauce. We're going to be starting off with a small bowl. We're going to be adding in our 4 tablespoons of ketchup. Now, this is very important, not only for color, for texture, but also flavor. Next, we're going to be adding 3 tablespoons of sugar and 3 tablespoons of white vinegar. I'm actually using Chinese white vinegar, but you can definitely use just regular plain white vinegar. Next, we're going to be adding in 2 tablespoons of water, and lastly, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, or to your liking. And let's just mix everything up with our fork, or you can even use your mini whisk if you can. And look at how this texture comes out. This is what we're really looking for, and it's gonna even get better because we're going to be adding in 1 whole teaspoon of cornstarch. One of the main stars of this sweet and sour sauce is the cornstarch. That is pretty much the thickener to make this amazing sweet and sour sauce. It's super simple, super versatile, and honestly, you can even make the sauce a day ahead, store it in the fridge. Once you're wanting to make this recipe, just take it out, mix it, stir it once again, and you can go ahead and use it. Just a tip, don't worry about those clumps that you see there, because those clumps will get melted once we start cooking down our sauce. For our chicken marinade, we are going to be needing 1 large bowl and boneless, skinless chicken breasts that I have cut into bite-sized cubes. And now we are going to marinate this with 4 ingredients. Let's begin by adding 1.5 tablespoons of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1.5 tablespoons of onion powder, and lastly, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Now we're just going to be mixing all of the marinade together. Make sure that every single piece of this chicken is coated with those spices and that beautiful soy sauce. At this point, you can definitely let this marinate overnight, but if you are in a time crunch, don't worry about it. You can just use it honestly right away, because the flavor, it's still going to be there. Now, the most important thing once we're done marinating this amazing cubed chicken is that we're actually going to be adding in 1/2 cup of cornstarch, like you'll see on the next clip. We are using another large bowl and adding in our 1/2 cup of cornstarch and adding in our marinated cubed chickens. Now, what I do recommend is adding obviously the cubed chicken in the cornstarch, but making sure that you are literally massaging the cornstarch onto each bite of chicken. The more we get the chicken and the cornstarch together, It's gonna act like a glue, and pretty much it's like you're having one of the best cubed fried chickens ever. That's the whole point of this cornstarch marinade mix. Because it is going to get a bit sticky, the cornstarch is going to go on the marinade and it's gonna make that very, very crunchy texture that we're looking for. Now I'm just gonna keep coating every single chicken piece bite because I just wanna make sure that there is crunch to every single bite. Remember, you can double this recipe. As you know, if you double it, it's gonna be a little bit more cornstarch, a little bit more chicken, but it will still work the same. For the cooking, turn your stovetop to a medium-high heat, and in a large saute pan, wok, or skillet, add in about half a cup of a neutral oil. Let the oil get to a nice sizzling heat before adding any chicken pieces. The oil is ready. Let's start placing our chicken pieces onto the hot oil and frying them up for 3 to 4 minutes. Like you see in the video, you can do this all in one. Mind you, my saute pan is pretty big. I would say it's an extra large saute pan rather than a large one. That's why I was able to do what I did in the video. But you can definitely do this by batches. So the first batch for frying, take it out, do the second batch, and then just keep on frying it. The whole point is that we want to get this crispy, and from the calculations that I took when I did the temperature, it took me about 2 to 3 minutes. Remember, at a medium-high heat. You can even go as far as going to a high heat, but I want to keep things safe for you and for myself while I am filming this video. So I did it at a medium-high heat until that crispy chicken got to where I wanted it. And as you see in the video, it gets crispy, it gets luscious, and what I love about this is that it's a bite size, so it is going to cook much faster and it's going to get much more crispier. Once the chicken pieces are fried and very crispy, what I love doing is getting another medium or large clean bowl, and with a slotted spoon or a slotted spoon for fryers like you see in the video, I literally just take this out and just place it on the side. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bowl. You can just definitely use a large plate or an extra large plate and just put that crispy chicken on the side. Guys, it's literally going to be there for a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes, because we're going to be starting on our veggie and our sauce and then just place everything together. Like you'll see, the veggie is going to be al dente, so we're not really going to be losing a lot of that crispiness, just putting it on the side for a bit. In the same pan, also still at a medium-high heat, add in your 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Next, we're going to be adding in our 1 tablespoon of neutral oil, or the oil that you have. Next, we're going to be adding in our diced red and white onions. Like you see, I actually cut these bite-sized pieces, but this really depends to your liking. You want to make this recipe your own, you can definitely cut them a little bit smaller, or you can leave them a little bit bigger. Next, we're going to be adding in our fresh red bell peppers. Same style, same crunch. Make sure that everything is kind of uniform. So if you're cutting them medium size, make sure that they're all medium size. Now we're just going to keep stirring this, and we're going to be adding in right now our bean sprouts and our pineapple chunks. For the pineapple chunks, I would say you can definitely use an 8-ounce can of pineapple chunks, or you can definitely use just regular fresh pineapple. Both methods work. And we're just going to be literally stir frying this for 60 to 80 seconds. That's the sweet spot because we still want the vegetables al dente. Add in your crispy chicken pieces and mix for another 60 seconds. Now we want to stir fry this. We want to make sure that we are getting every single flavor incorporated here. And now look at this gorgeous colors, these gorgeous textures. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Our last step is getting our sweet and sour sauce, mixing it just a little bit more, and we're going to be pouring this right into our luscious, crispy chicken and veggie combo. Now, we're just going to be tossing this and coating the sauce and chicken and veggies evenly. I would say give it and stir fry it for another 60 seconds just to get everything nice and going, nice and melting. And we are still at a medium-high heat. I still haven't turned it off until my 60 seconds are up. And now that our 60 seconds are up, that was quick, I'm turning off the stovetop and I'm going to be placing this with my favorite sides. One of my favorite ways is pretty much making lettuce cups. I love using either butter lettuce or romaine lettuce boats. I'm going to be adding sesame seeds and sliced scallions. I'm going to be serving myself 2 lettuce cups, and it's really simple. The only thing you need is with a spoon, add in and scoop out the desired amount of sweet and sour chicken onto each little boat or each leaf bowl. Pretty much, this is honestly up to you. If you want a lot of protein, if you want less protein, this is a make it yourself kind of display. Once we're done, we're just going to be sprinkling the tops with sesame seeds and sliced scallions, and you can even add a little bit of sriracha on top. That would honestly be amazing. I just didn't have any in hand. And once you're done, you are ready to serve and enjoy, and this is actually a really tasty low carb paleo option as well. And lastly, we can serve this with a nice warm portion of white rice, brown rice, and even sushi rice. We're adding those sesame seeds, sliced scallions on top, the same thing that we did for our lettuce cups, and that is this week's video. Easy, simple, and tasty. Chicken lettuce wrap. Okay, so like you saw in the video, I did it with rice. You can definitely have enough for meal prep. Delicious. And you saw how that beautiful sweet and sour sauce just comes together with that pineapple. Oof. So I'm so much flavor, crispiness, sweetness, that pepperiness, that pineapple. Goodness, guys, you have to try this recipe and let me know how it goes. This is so good. Honestly, the first thing that I get is that very moist chicken with that sweet and sour sauce, and then I get that punch from the pineapple, and then I get hit with like the onion and the pepper. Guys, this is so good. I literally cannot wait to have this for my whole week worth of meal prep. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this recipe of the week, and I will see you next week with a brand new recipe. Ciao.